Today we are going to continue with you the progression for the cadences, and now we will speak with you about the interrupted cadence and about the Plagal cadence in the new options. So for interrupted cadence we have with you the join between fifths and sixths, for Plagal fourth and first. So let's try to do the example. So here we have treble and bass clef and SATB, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. Table going to be for the C major and the fifth chord in C major, G, B, and D. So we try with you to write for four voices with a double G. Remember that we have to repeat the bottom note in A position. And then we have with you the resolution to the sixth chord. We have to remember with you that in 6A chord, we have to repeat the middle note. Its exception, which belong only to the sixth chord. In this case, we have with you A, C, E, where C going to be repeated twice. Please memorize this exception for your future. So the bottom note is A, then we have to find with you another C, and E. We find with you the closest solution for it. And the next one is the Plagal. It joins between F, F, A, C. It the fourth in the C major. So I wrote the F, F, A, C, and we have to resolve it to the first A, C, C, E, G. In the fourth and in the fifth, we have to repeat with you the bottom note. So this is our important thing for these two cadences. So let's see here. A minor, and we try to write with you the table for the A minor, and the chords which we are looking for are fifths, which is E, G, B, and G sharp, remember, because it's raised of the 7, and here E, G, and B, and then F, A, C. E, E we have to repeat twice with you, and in 6 we can find with you that there are double A, double the middle note. Please remember about 6 this. The next is in F major. We have to write the table for F major, and the chords which we're looking for are fourth and first. So we can find with you all these notes written here. The next one is the G minor table. G minor, we remember about F sharp, it raised of the 7. And now we can find with you that is the closest join between fifths and sixths, because the bottom note is D and E. So D, F sharp, and A, and E, G, and B. We have to write with you this chord D, F, A, where D twice, and E, G, B, where G going to be twice. D is done, A is done, so we have to find with you F sharp and place for the another D. And then we find with you that E and G are repeated, and here we can do with you the unison for G. Next is written in the D flat major. D flat major, the table for it. Remember the position for the chords. And here the bottom note is G, next is D. G and D is the fourth and first, G, B, D. So we have to write with you here G, G, B, D, and the next chord is D, D, F, and A. So G we have, B we have, we need to find the place for another G and for another D. Okay, and now the closest solution, D once we have, A we have, another D will leave on the same place, and F left. So here we have to write with you that the first is interrupted and the second one was Plagal. Next there is G major table. We have to write it. And now we can see that there are C and G. C is number 4 and G is number 1 chord. We write with you here fourth and first, C, C, E, G, and G, G, B, and D. So which note we have already we crossed, and we add the left notes too. Then we have to resolve it to the G, G, B, D, and to find the closest solution. This is the Plagal cadence. Next is E flat major table. In E flat major table, we have to find with you the chords which belong to the B and C. This is interrupted cadence. Why? Because it's joined between fifths and sixths. In sixth, we repeat with you the middle note. So here we have B and D, we add F and another B. And then for the sixth, we have C and E, we have to add another G and another E. Next is D minor table. and we have to write with you D minor, the chords in D minor, raise of the 7, remember the C sharp going to be here, and the chords which we are looking here is note G and D. G and D gives us fourth and the first. So we remember that G and D, fourth and first, it's the Plagal cadence. So G, G, B, D and D, D, F, A. Let's start with you to identify the notes. So here we have G, we have B, we have to add D and another G. Then D and A we have already, and we have to write with you F sharp and D. A major table. A is big, so capital letter tells us about the major key. The table for E, the chords with it equal numbers, and the join between E and F. We can see that E is fifths and F is the sixth. So it's going to be interrupted cadence, join between fifths and sixths. E, G, B, F, A, C. And we add with you the notes which left for us. Then here we have F and A, and we need to find the closest solution. For the G is A, for the E is C. And the left, please, let's do by yourself. So just let's write here that it's Plagal and interrupted cadence. Now we have to identify with you all kind of the cadences, perfect, imperfect, interrupted, and Plagal. So C minor table, and let's write it full table because we need it for future. But let's see first. So we have G, C, E, G, B, D, C, and C. So we have to complete the table. And now let's see. G, C, E is the chord number 1, C, because the bottom note is G. Then G, B, D is the chord fifths, and this is the A inversion. And then we return with you to the A. This cadence we name perfect. Next cadence under the bracket we can see here G, C, and E, G, B, and D. And then we have A and C. Let's check it up. G, C, E is the first, and this is small first, and C inversion because the G is the bottom note. Another G, B, and D is the fifth A. And then A and C gives us the chord number 6. And we name it interrupted cadence. Next one is G, G, and C, G, E, and here we will add with you F and B else, the last A, E, and C. Let's check it up. The first G, G, C, so we again identify it's like 1C. Then we have with you to find that there is one more additional note, this note F, and we name this chord 5-7 because there are 4 notes which make for us the chord. We name it 5-7. And the last A and E and C tells us that we have with you interrupted cadence, joined between fifths and sixths. Here we identify with you the same way, and remember about the bass clef notes. So, and the last is C, E, and C. So we have G and C. Remember that the 1C going to be written small. Then again we can find plus F note, so it's 5-7, and the last gives us 1A because the bottom note is C and E and C. Perfect cadence. Last one, we follow the same rules like we had before. We check with you up, but we can see with you that this table reach until the end, this bracket. So better for us to identify the last chord. And again we check it up with the table. And we can find with you the G. So the first G, G, C, and E, because of the bass clef, is the 1C, then G, F, B, D is 5-7, and the last chord is the 1A, which gives us perfect cadence at the end. Let's see with you the next task. It gives for us another table. This table is A minor table, just let's complete it. And the first one we have with you A, C, and another A. Here E, G sharp, and B. Altogether we can find here 2 chords. So it's A, C, the first A, E, G, B, E, the fifth. And as well, we can find that it's imperfect cadence because it's joined between 1 and 5. Next is A, C, E, G sharp, and B, E, E, G. Again, 1A, this with these notes, it's fifth A, which tells us about imperfect cadence again. Next, this, you can find A, A, C, E, E, G sharp, and B. So it's 1A and the fifth A, again imperfect cadence. And the last two here, we have E, A, G sharp, F, A, and maybe C sharp. Let's check it up what we can collect together. A and G is the fifths. It's going to be something new. So let's try to add it. So E, it's going to be fifth A, and F and A, it's part from the sixth. Here we can find with you that this is interrupted cadence because this is join between fifth and sixth. And the last E, A, C, G, B, D, and A, A, C. So the first is 1C, the next is fifth, and the last is 1A. We complete with you with the perfect cadence. The next example, please. Let's try to do by yourself. I just will circle for you the chords which here is presented for us as like the arpeggios. So you have the new table D minor, which we have to write with you. And then to identify the chords. And after to identify the notes, which you can see here, D, A, D, F. You can find that this one is the first. And to continue like this. We have one more task here in the E flat major table. We can write with you the table for it with the chords, completed for full chords. And again, I circle for you the chords, which you have to identify and to write what cadence you can find in all these examples. And please complete your home task and send it to my email. Thank you for your attention.